And we're live! Back to you with today's episode of Doki Literature Club, the game that's about literature, nothing else. With me today is my good friend and friend to poetry everywhere, Alpha!
El Dorado, let's go find Oregon and fuck.
That was a generous reinterpretation of a tagline from a parody video game about the Oregon Trail. Here, another patron of the arts, except not here at all, is Wit, sharper than Fang.
By the way, would you mind patching that through Discord?
Patching what through Discord?
I'm blind and deaf right now. You're not sharing the game.
Yeah, look at me. I don't want to live like Helen Keller. Well, I find that deeply sexist. If it's good enough for our nation's women, it should be good enough for you and me. God, I want to see and hear the games I play. What?
I mean, you're the one talking to your altar over there.
Okay. Oh, hey, look at that. The screen share turned off. That's weird. We'll just pretend that didn't happen. Anyway, yes. Dokius Literalis Clovimentium. As you might notice, Wit, like fangs that have gone unbrushed, is absent. But unlike your poor dental hygiene leading to your teeth loss, she will be back. Your teeth are gone. They're never coming back. You're never going to be able to afford dental surgery for implants. What do you think you can just get teeth that grow on trees? No. You messed up. Your poor oral hygiene has come back to haunt you today. Unlike Jackie, who will be back to haunt us once she returns from whatever she's doing that's so much more important than hanging out with you, the paying audience. Anyway, if there's no further ado, let us ado this game. Oh boy, that sure did not come through clearly.
Doki.
Okay, I heard you say a single Doki. So I'm just gonna...
Doki.
Cool.
Are you able to hear me?
I am now, yes. But for a while I could hear that you were trying to speak, but the packets were being devoured en route by Nidhogg, the net serpent.
Yeah, that's just my fucking network.
Alright, I'm gonna need a reminder on who these people are. I see that there's only 3 of them, which means that we've already showed our poem to the first person we cared about.
I'm gonna be completely and totally honest with you. I don't remember which food item was assigned to which girl. I also don't remember who was who, aside from Monica being the leader of this operation.
Okay, so Monica is the hamburger of the group.
Oh yeah.
The unnamed one.
Hair.
The unnamed one is the buttered croissant. Yuri is going to be the pomegranate, and then that would make Natsuki. Gator fingers.
How do you remember this shit?
Because all the names had they were named for reasons, and so if they're named for reasons, then I just need to remember what about the girl made me think of the food. So let's see if we were right in remembering who is who. Is this Gator Fingers? I think so.
I am not.
Yes, because this is the mean person who likes sweet things and or manga.
Yeah.
So she didn't like it, but that's fine. It's, we weren't aiming it for her. We were aiming it for our anxious and flaky friend. Our anxious, buttery, flaky friend.
Anxious, buttery, flaky friend.
God damn, now I really want a croissant.
Yes, please. I'd love to see it.
Oh, that's very sad.
Monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. What the
She
fuck?
she couldn't finish her poem, and she made a poem about being down on herself for not being able to finish her poem. But all of those creatures can do their things through innate talent, whereas the thing about people is that by trying, we learn how to do things better than the things we're just born naturally good at. That's what makes us special. That and pornography. No one else has invented pornography, so we've got a huge leg up on those guys because of that.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Your writing is fully depressing. Fuck you.
Oh, that was beautiful, Alpha. I didn't know you wrote
I
poetry.
specialize in diss tracks. Give me a...
Uh,
specialize in diss track.
I'm not sure if I want to throw you into a rap battle and watch. I think I might, but I'm not sure. Also, as a technical question, is the stream working? I'm just gonna keep on going while you are while you check the stream. I did like it. I thought that it was evocative of the writer's mood, and it conveyed it completely.
Whole Discord is shaky. Let me see about...
Well, I'm just gonna continue on like nothing is happening.
Well, on Discord, but not on the stream.
Hey, today we're being much less of an asshole. We're being earnest and we're being supportive.
Yeah. Network.
And what she is espousing is exactly what I think her poetry has. It is easy but evocative. That's not a bad thing. Yeah, I'm picking up what she's putting down. Wow, today we woke up on the correct side of the bed apparently, because we're not being completely unsupportive and dickish to our compadres.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. The only question is, can the stream hear you?
Well, my mic's all fuzzy, and I'm suspecting that that's hard network, and I don't know what else. Maybe Discord just being chump.
It could be. I am currently on my wireless connection because even though we wired up the whole house with Ethernet, one of the wires was created backwards, so it carries the signal wrong, and so the wire.
Good.
Yep. So all the wired signal doesn't work. it's going to be fixed by next week, but today, it's not. So you get my shitty Wi-Fi, which is still like 15 megabits per second. Not quite 1 megabyte per second. Either way, let us go with our favorite pomegranate.
Yeah, let me drop off the call real quick and jump back in.
If that's what you need to do.
Signing.
Is that any better?
Tell you in a minute.
All right. Well, in the meantime,
I think my mic has improved. Call. Let me see.
I don't think it has.
This out.
So our pomegranate is living up to her name by...
No. Oh, my mic is still flipping the same way.
Alright, it's fine. What I will do is I will kill
Yeah, fuck it, let's go on.
What I'll do is I'll kill the video share to you. And then that should make it so that there's more bandwidth freed up for the important things. Like our paying customers.
Shouldn't be too bad.
Anyway, your friend and mine, Yuri, is living up to her name, being the pomegranate that is sweet and adorable, but hard to crack open. She has read our poem and then forgotten to speak out loud her thoughts.
You said crack.
That used to be my nickname growing up. My last name is Kahane, but it's spelled like it's Cohane, so people called me Crack Cohane. But, yeah. That's fine. People can know my last name and embarrassing childhood nickname.
Alright, just a heads up how far behind I am, so forgive my delayed laughter at anything funny here.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Oh, hi, Wit.
Hello, boys.
She comes! Like a wisdom tooth in the night.
Yeah. I hear you guys are having trouble. You good?
Nah, we're fine, we're fine. Rumors of our trouble are greatly exaggerated.
It's been working great.
It was working great when wired connections were in place. We got shit Wi-Fi tonight.
Oh no! Let me specify that the wired connection has not yet worked even once, but now we have identified why it doesn't work. So, so one of the cables was manufactured backwards. Cat 5 and Cat 6 cables are like a bunch of cables that are like twisted together, and here the cables were put in backwards, so the signals get garbled when they go through that cable. And it is too long to simply go out and replace. So we need to well,
Can you contact the manufacturer and tell them to fuck right off?
that is what we are doing. But until we get one that has been properly wound, if I knew what I was doing, I could rewind it myself. But I have tried it in the past, and I've gotten poor signal out of the Cat 5 I've made myself, so it's just one of those things where I'm just going to let a professional do it, because...
Wit's mic and the game are both super soft. Can you raise the OBS desktop audio?
Yeah, unfortunately, I think this is as good as we're gonna get for me.
And why is that?
Because I am using a tablet.
You're using a catalyst?
A tablet!
A stone tablet in which you have carved the laws for the mortals who worship you.
A stone catalyst? Yikes.
Yeah, it's very slow. Will
Yes.
Cool. Will Recluse be sharing the game video?
No. I have killed it so that Alpha might come through clear.
Yeah, we sit behind unless we want to make something explode.
Okay. I can do. I will open Twitch on my phone and talk on the tab. Or maybe it's better to do it the other way around.
I think you're coming in fine, but what do I know?
Yeah, I can't see anything. Or
Oh.
maybe can you minimize the Discord app on a mobile device and have it still talk?
Yes.
I believe so.
Yes. If you leave the mic open, then yes. If you leave the mic closed or push to talk, then no. There is no way to push while focused on something else.
Okay. I think this is working.
Good.
If I remember correctly, left off with the showing of poem.
Yeah, the
And, word from my Doki Literature Club expert that it does not matter the order you show the poem. The only thing that matters is the score you get up.
yeah, we already showed the presentation to who was it? The croissant.
Yes, buttered croissant.
Then who's the one? No, we got another girl in before you came up. Natsuki, whatever food item she was.
Hang on.
We've showed it to Alligator Fingers.
Alligator fingers. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh,
Now we've got. Now we've got pomegranate.
No, bring Kuro over. I demand to regale her with my wisdom. Get over here and be regaled.
Oh God.
Kuro, I don't. This started off as a miscommunication about Alpha, I believe, making like a pussy eating joke, but Richard taking it as I should assign food items to all of these girls.
Yeah.
And I'll be damned if he didn't call them pretty accurately his reasoning, or at least of the tropes that they are trying to fill.
So for those of you who missed this last week, you're gonna get it now.
So Sayori, he said like buttery, light, happy, like kind of sunshiny. Maybe not that good for you. Like maybe if there's no growth going on there, but like easy goes down. That is no. I see the face you're making.
I did not say that she went down easy.
that character is absolutely supposed to make you think of.
I also picked Croissant because she seemed like she would be flaky to me, and I seem to have nailed that.
Yeah, no, she's not flaky. She's very dedicated. To you, yes, but she like can't get up for anything. She's like kind of absent-minded about stuff. She's kind of clumsy, flaky.
She writes her poems like the morning of because she forgot to do it, and the quality suffers. Yeah, that's flaky.
Flaky like dandruff.
That's yeah. I don't know if that's always. They're often called upon finish what they've processed. Natsuki was alligator finger. So it's like a meat that's difficult to get. Alligator. Like prickly, difficult to hunt, hard to get to, but still somehow in like a very normal package of like a chicken finger. Oh. And you have to admit that that is the trope that character fulfills. Yuri is pomegranate because it's a lot of work to crack it open, and pretty darn good on the inside, but many people think it's kind of not worth it. And
Wait,
you
just said crack.
That she is like the quiet, shy, reserved one. And Monica is, I believe the full title was USDA Grade A hamburger cooked to a recommended 165 degrees. Like obviously the right up the middle choice. very unexciting. It's true. This is before we saw that we could only date one of the other three. But so that's why they're called hamburger, alligator fingers, pomegranate, and butter. You'll have to admit he got the tropes.
Just by seeing them on the opening menu, I must add, before even a single line of dialogue.
It's true. He was based on what they were and like their opening 6 lines. I'll be impressed that he got them mostly just by the uniform. So, you already shown Yuri the poem, or is this after?
This is us showing her the poem now.
Yes.
Okay.
So Pomegranate has begun to gossip about Alligator Finger's opinions, but then stopped herself and apologized. And now we're getting her poem! Oh boy, it's in some ancient unreadable script. I believe the reading of this script was believed to convey a curse upon those who read it. So I never learned myself.
Just a second, let me get my glasses because
I think I can read it, but it is...
No! Don't do it, Wit! You'll be cursed! Cursed for 3 generations!
What if I read it backwards?
Oh,
That-
let's hear it.
Back flicker eye. Flickers light the past the living, the present the of air breathing, calm, bathed eye. Future the blue, green, blue sickening by the replaced be to get last day. Time of test withstood, have to street light remaining the last. One this be it must it, bathing. Glow amber illuminate hair of my tendrils the light the undergoes.
Very good, only you did the last under instead of last the, so you gotta say it again to reverse the curse.
Yeah, I know I tripped over something.
Anyway, I'm just gonna pretend none of that happened. We'll fix it in post before this goes up. So now we can read it the correct way. Alpha, would you like to do the honors?
No, fuck that. The way it was read stands.
Well, I would actually discuss the poem, so I'm gonna read it forwards. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back.
She's flickering the light.
Well, I feel like this is identifying with a bygone time that is being replaced, and it is not merely the tools that are being replaced, but the people and their preferences. I want to know what old man yelling at the cloud thing you all do. For my dad, it was movie prices. He loved taking us to go to the movies because that was his most favorite thing to do as a child. But he hated how expensive it was, and he could not go without commenting on the price, because when he went, he was sure to tell us he could get in for a nickel, a dime later on, and that dime bought him entry to 2 movies, the news, a free gift, and for another nickel he could eat an obscene amount of unhealthy snack food for the whole time he was there.
This
So-
coming from a time when a gallon of gas cost 2 rocks and an egg.
Basically, yes. And he thinks that the quality of theaters has gone down immensely, and the price has gone up.
You think?
Um, and I mean, I can't fault him, but like that's like a thing that happened before my time, so I never really get like super upset about it in the way that it always like he just couldn't let it go. It always bothered him a little bit that time had ruined this thing that he loved. What is an
I
old
mean,
man yelling at a cloud thing that you guys have?
well, for me, it used to be arcade prices for much the same reason. I remember a time when it was a quarter to play skee ball. Now, what the fuck?
How much does it cost?
At least 2 quarters now.
Okay, well,
$1 in some places.
yeah, I was gonna say I bet it's up to $1 now. Um, both because
That-
people don't carry around coins anymore, and because it's just as the popularity fades, people will travel further to get to their place, and as competition goes down, prices go up. For me, in a lot of ways, it's software. There's a lot of software that has just gone from being like very simple, easy to use, usability was key, and it was made by a person. So the person who made every part of it was involved in testing it and playing it from the bottom up and seeing how usable it was. And now any piece of software you use is made by like 40 people, and one of those people are paid to work on like the UI and the usability and the performance and all of that. And that person is the lowest paid person on the team and the lowest seniority person on the team. So software nowadays comes out broken, slow, unusable, using unreal amounts of RAM. And even though it might be stable and not crash, it often is frustrating in new and exciting ways by just being slower, less intuitive, taking away features that were previously available, those sort of things.
Welcome to my professional life.
So this goes from everything from like the stuff that everyone has to use, like operating systems, to like the specialized stuff, like hospital and laboratory software, to like cash register operating systems. Everything used to be simple and take not a lot of RAM. Now everything is complex, has less usability, and just runs like dog shit on highly advanced machines. It's not like the hardware's gotten worse, just the programming. How about you, Wit? What is your bear bug? What turns you into an old man with a lemon on your belt? Sorry, an onion on your belt, yelling at clouds, telling the youngins how it used to be.
An old man with a lemon.
Yeah, you know, I enjoy a good lemon party now and again. That's why I grow my own lemon trees.
Well, aren't we all fucking sour tonight?
I can't really think of one. And also, my Wi-Fi connection is really quite terrible.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Like you reading the poem, I would hear the beginning of the line and the end of the line, as
How-
if you had skipped the middle and it just flowed one into the other. I heard the word hamber because you began the word hair and it immediately filled in hamber. So yeah, I was really surprised until I was like following along in the poem and saw what happened.
Is it messed up on the stream or just on our Discord?
It appears to be just the Discord.
That's fine.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. I'm not listening to the stream. I'm just. How is that possible? I guess I have it muted. I must have it muted. I just don't know
Yeah.
where that button is.
Yeah, no, I have it muted on default. I unmuted it just to check it. The stream is fine. It's fucking Discord that's the problem.
and it's much better than it was when you were reading, though I don't know why. But my point is, I may be a little quieter tonight. I will think on this problem and get back to you of what turns me into old man with 11.
Also, also, there's something I have to do here before we move on from the poem.
Go on.
The light flickers. I flicker back.
Yeah,
Okay,
it does
cool.
kind of sound threatening when you say it like that.
I
That's
think
such a
it's
Duke-
her identifying with the light that is being replaced.
That's such a Duke thing, though.
It is. It's very like.
Taken out of context.
It does seem very antagonistic. Oh, wait! You'll be happy to know that we've transformed from a real d-bag yesterday in this game to we're actually being supportive to our club members and giving
For
them
now.
honest but supportive feedback.
For now.
For
There's
now.
still time to treat butter croissant like garbage.
Yes, that is true. Our abused domestic
He's
partner.
looking at me. The character is awful. The protagonist in this game is such an.
Yes, if either of you start treating the other one like that,
He's awful.
I am ending your relationship for you. I'm using the executive veto
Hang on.
if any of us ever treat each other like that.
What if we had a choice of what we were saying? Sometimes, but he's like getting on her case for being late all the time, calling her flaky, and then she's like throwing herself at you with like really terrible mental health flags of like, I know deep down you're a good person, and bullshit like that. And our parent doesn't pick up on any of that and continues to treat her like trash. Listen, as soon as we're given the opportunity to be nice to her, we're gonna be nice to her. But we get those opportunities so and I think he's still at the point where he's only in this to look at their
I mean, relatable. I wish I could actually hear that, but the fucking Discord.
It was incredibly threatening, and I'm not gonna repeat it.
Repeat, repeat, repeat.
Repeat.
All right, fine. I'll put the mic right up next to her mouth.
I'm going to come to your house, and I'm going to rip your tongue out through your asshole.
Well, hey,
Yay! Kuro has spoken!
well, hey, what that means is you'll come visit, so...
You are desperate.
I've been isolated for months, god damn it.
You live with your family. Isolated my ass. Just a little.
I mean, look, I'm happy to have them, but... I'd like to see my friends, too.
I too really want to hang out with you guys. Just sitting down and watching a bad Nicolas Cage movie with you virtually last night was like a huge mood boost for me.
Did you
Also-
find the movie to be bad?
Sorry, repeat?
Did you find that movie to be bad?
I mean, it's a Nicolas Cage movie, so it's...
That's
Like
commentary right there.
It earns the honorific of bad, whether its quality is poor or not.
Well,
But
I
it...
told you, I thought his performance like genuinely really worked. But then again, I was born without a sense of taste.
You were also, like, psychically damaged by this movie. So...
I was psychically damaged by. Okay, first of all, part of it was extremely upsetting. And so, yes, that part psychically damaged me. But it was mostly because I was thinking about it in its comparison to the source material and coming up really empty on why they made some of the choices that they made.
I mean, look, to be fair, we were all born without a sense of taste. Why do you think we're all...
It's true.
Well, do we want to continue the Alphawit Alpaca Hour, or do we want
No.
to?
Because we're gonna have to try and sum up the plot of the movie, and I tried to do that for my parents to explain why I slept so poorly, and they were a little bit bamboozled.
Good
So let us
times.
continue the game.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're close to an hour through this session and we've gotten fucking nothing done. Speaking of,
We've read 2 poems. That's not
Yeah,
nothing.
but like we haven't even gotten to the game yet. Well, no, we have written a poem. That is the gameplay. We haven't gotten to the point. Well, they made the game for the trigger warning material. We haven't even gotten to that shit yet. Okay, keep going. Click the mouse.
I'm doing the thing.
Well, I'm several seconds behind, so
You lagging harlot of Babylon.
fuck up.
What was the whore of Babylon? What was her deal? Like, why is that an insult that exists? I know it's from Revelations, but like, what is it? What's her deal?
I think she is a harbinger of the apocalypse.
But like, surely she has more character traits than just like, one day there's gonna be some prostitution in a major metropolitan area, and oh boy, when that day comes, you better watch out. That's a
How
meaningful.
familiar are you with Revelations? I know it's not one that a lot of Christians spend a ton of time.
I've read through it. I've read through it twice in my life, and it didn't make any sense to me either time. The first time it was just confusing.
Not supposed to make that much sense.
Okay.
familiar enough. What's your question?
Do you remember what the core of Babylon's role in the end of times is?
Let me
Like, why
think.
is that a phrase that we know?
Let me think.
It's the Alphawit liturgical hour
Hmm.
with Father Alpha, Mother Kuro, Sister Wit, and Apostate Silver.
I'm gonna have to look this up. It's been too long since I last read it, I guess.
Yeah, out of all of the people who have access to Bibles, yours might be the closest to hand.
Yeah.
We do, but we also have bad internet connection.
Yeah, mine's not doing too well either.
Alright, I want to see Monica's phone.
Scoliosis woman! Aha! That's because we wrote it for her. Ah, here comes the abusiveness!
Wait, why is this abusive?
Oh, we brought up our relationship with buttered croissant and
Oh, I just got there. Holy smoke. Now I see.
I'm just waiting for Alpha to comment on the proposition of experimenting.
Yeah, I'm still researching the Tower of Babel.
Ah, that is important work. You're doing God's work, sort of.
We just got to the experimenting line.
Alpha, if you could make a crude comment about these high school girls.
You want me to make a crude comment about these girls?
I mean, this is your opportunity. This is why you're here.
They're talking about experimenting and trying new things.
Oh, sure. It's sure it didn't happen.
Beautiful. Thank you. You may continue.
Hole in wall.
In the absence of what was just said, Badger, it didn't happen.
It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No! I can't see! I reel! Blind! Like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas! Already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever, into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. Jeez, okay.
Wow.
So, two things. There's the abstract and the concrete here. The abstract is that she feels like she is trapped by her choices and a prisoner of choice.
Are they her choices?
An excellent question. And then there's the concrete, which is that someone is watching her from a hole in her wall that was put there when she wasn't home. And she has only just noticed. Both of those things are distressing. Man, you know what this game does for me that I thought would never happen?
What?
Turn you on?
No.
Sorry, I had to. I know we had a long conversation about why this specifically does not turn you on. But it was such a good spot to jump in.
Well played. No.
By the way, the Tower of Babel.
Not the Tower of Babel, the Whore of Babylon.
You want the Whore of Babylon instead of the Tower of Babel now?
Yeah, we don't. None of us give a shit about the Tower of Babel. We know what that's all about. Hubris.
Oh.
That's about hubris.
Yeah.
We want the juicy, salacious stuff. We want revelations, the end time, with blackjack and hookers.
So you don't want the 2018 song by Varian of that same name?
I mean, maybe. Blink it to me. Maybe it'll be good. I've got too much time on my hands right now. I'm looking for more music.
Yeah, give me a minute. Hold on.
Anyway, despite the fact that none of them, not a single one, my entire life, ever conducted themselves in a way that made me say, I want to be like them, this game is successfully making me want to become a guidance counselor. Because holy shit, these kids, they need some guidance, and more than that, they need some counseling. They need to be counseled.
Hang on a sec. I'm
This is gonna trigger a lot of professional feeling for you.
Well, I can sit here and read Revelation 17 King James Version, if that would answer anybody's question
Yes!
about the whore.
Pause the Doki Doki Literature Club. Just pause that one right up. We're just gonna pause it because it is...
Liturgy.
Am I really going to do this?
You don't have to read the whole rest of the thing. Why do we know the phrase, the Whore of Babylon? And what is her/its role? The end.
Mm, let's see.
You can give us as large a chunk as you think is necessary to give us context, or you can give us some summation before launching into the text.
Yeah, if I can find anything that actually pertains to her role in end times.
Did you
Elixir of
find did you
immortality,
find
or
her role in Revelations just period?
yeah, that's chapter 17. She's basically the mother of all hookers.
The mother of all hookers?
It
Like
really is literally prostitutes.
Hold on. 17.5.
I thought it was a metaphor.
And
Bible
upon her
isn't too
forehead
big
was
on
an
metaphor.
and upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth.
That sounds worse than
That's
just harlots.
that's Rev 17.5 in case anybody's keeping score.
Okay. So she herself is not like the whore of Babylon. She is just a creature with a name on her forehead,
And
and
I
she
saw the woman
births.
drunken and I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Jesus, and when I saw her wondered with great admiration.
Wondered with great admiration. So the narrator finds her to be impressive?
Attractive apparently.
Ah, okay. So this is admiration of the making an hourglass shape with my hands kind.
Hmm. Essentially.
Okay, go on. So she's drunk on wine, or perhaps literally blood. And
Uh
she's the literal or figurative mother of harlots, and she is.
And abominations,
And
which is
abominations.
a reference to either gay people or child molesters. It depends on which Hebraic scholars you talk to.
Okay.
I will tell thee the mystery of the woman, and of the beast that carrieth her, which hath the 7 heads and 10 horns.
7 heads and 10 horns. Okay.
So basically
So
horny with lots of head.
3 of the heads. So you could do 2 heads with a single horn, then 3 heads with double horns, then 2 more heads with single horns. That would
You're forgetting one thing. How many cups are involved?
well, this is one girl, so assuming the chemical ratio is intact, it's a half cup.
Mm-hmm. The book doesn't say though.
But it's interesting. I didn't know that she like was was a rider. It seems like a lot of people in Revelations ride. They like they have
Well, it looks to me like she's riding the beast, so
mounts.
10 horns, thou sawest her 10 kings. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, they shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire.
I'm sorry. Will what her flesh?
Eat her flesh.
Well,
As in masticate, chew.
okay. That yeah. I that's what I heard the first time. I just that's like a very extreme reaction. Like the burning of flesh is pretty extreme, but I could picture a scenario.
Monster is eating the whore. And not
Oh,
one of this answers anybody's question.
oh, okay. It is this. It is the steed that she rode that despised her and burned her flesh and ate her.
Seems that way.
Okay,
All of this
interesting.
might be metaphor for the socio-political climate of.
Sounds about right. Look, I'm not a theologist, I'm just a believer.
and
Sorry.
theories have all of these as metaphors for the state of Israel, etc. To
Besides,
be able to
mhm.
like certain current events. I mean, throughout history, as being like, it's the sign of the end times because these are the prophet Elijah gave us metaphors because it's impossible to parse this little.
By the way, the Bible itself was written by men, so
It must be a metaphor for the mounting nuclear tensions between India and Pakistan.
All right. Any other closing thoughts in the Alphabet Liturgical Hour?
Thank you for finding the references for us, Alpha.
Yeah.
Sure.
You're the man, Father Alpha. Peace
Once
be
upon a
upon you.
time, once upon a time, there was Babylon, and in it lived a whore. The end.
I don't think that's what it was, but okay.
All right, and now for your regularly scheduled literature.
Yep. I have my reasons for believing God exists. I am not a theologist. Disclaimer. Carry on.
I mean, you don't need to defend yourself here. That's what we built the arena for.
Yep.
Yikes.
It's true. I ain't gonna dispute that.
Yeah, but it's the tough. I didn't expect to have to remember gladiatorial Christian. Here we all are.
I mean, surely somebody out there will think this shit is funny, so.
Yeah, perhaps Mario, our one and only subscriber on this channel.
Oh, that's right, that guy.
Yeah, that
You know,
guy.
I totally
I
forgot
thought
he,
you were playing a different game.
I totally forgot he existed.
Yeah, me too. Until I was saying, who even watches these? And I was like, oh yeah, there's that guy.
I don't even know who subscribes to my channel anymore, aside from my immediate friends and Mayo. That's about all I remember.
Mayo.
Speaking of Mayo, I wonder where the hell he's been lately.
Yeah. Riding across the nation, the thoroughbred of eggs and oil.
You guys still playing Magic together nowadays? Or whatever it was you were playing?
Warframe!
I haven't played Warframe in a long time. He's really good at it.
The new update just dropped today, and it's already been hot fixed 3 times, so it's pretty much good to go.
Nice.
You have more hot fix. Yes, what if a hotter fix?
Well, at some point, you just gotta settle for what you've got. Be happy with the one you're with. Because, you know...
Put a ring on it.
You can sit and wait for something better forever. But eventually tomorrow never comes. Anyway, I'm going to stop mixing my metaphors and song lyrics and get back to critiquing
Let's get some
poetry. So there may have been something going on with a number of syllables in that one that I missed. Because she seemed to put great emphasis on the pacing of the poem.
Oh, of like it feeling like it's getting faster or slower?
Possibly, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you.
Oh,
Aha.
that's your haiku.
Yes, it's a haiku.
The first rule of writing is don't do editing while you're writing. She's absolutely right about this.
Bullshit. Don't edit at all.
I think editing is important.
I never edit my streams. I just pop them right on YouTube the moment they're done.
Well, that is streaming.
Mm-hmm. But still,
Um,
a form that one might think needs editing.
Editing is important because one time, while writing up worksheets for my sex offender therapy groups, I was rushing and I printed out a worksheet that asked the participants to describe their sexy offense.
Oh, shit. Ah, shit.
And so that is why editing is important. Because I'll listen to you talk about your sex offense. I think that we should process that. Try and figure out why it was important to you that you took these actions that hurt people. Less willing in a professional setting to talk about your sexy offense.
It does sound like you're coming down on their side pretty hard.
Yeah, it certainly sounds like I'm coming down hard, all right. And that, kids, is why editing is important.
Sometimes I wish we did have an audience, because sometimes we say stuff that's legitimately very good.
Well, these are all saved for posterity, so...
Commas are important. Fuck,
Yeah.
Grandma.
Yeah.
We all know what you did with your uncle and that horse.
Yeah, I remember that.
He has to register every time he moves now.
We've all seen the tape.
You remember that joke about commas being important? No, it was capitalization. But I think that...
Oh, man.
Alright.
Here's the thing, though. We're not even here for our writing abilities.
Man, I wonder if...
You want my parents to hear this? Are you absolutely insane?
Oh, my God.
I think that your dad could handle it. Your mom, I think, could handle it. But your mom seems to feel things very strongly, and I'm not sure how she would react to how blue this all is.
I'm going. Yeah.
We're apparently gonna go get ice cream. I'll be back.
Like from Rita's or like from their freezer.
Come upstairs. We're in the family room downstairs. Or I guess it's the and or whatever the hell this.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right.
So Rissa really wants ice cream, and I guess she's too afraid to go up and get it herself. So I'm gonna go with her.
Yeah.
I won't be gone long. See if you can get to a part where something actually happens.
We'll do that.
Good luck with that. Now, we all know the danger of you and me being left to our own devices here, right? And yet, here we are.
Descent in the ranks.
Looks like it. I couldn't tell where that barking was coming from.
I love this game because they constantly hit on things that speak to me. This idea that you can compliment somebody and hurt them, and that you can criticize somebody and build them up or make them feel validated, like that's a real thing, and it's complicated, and it's great to see someone tackling it because it's such a counterintuitive thing that it would just needlessly complicate most writing, but here they make it the front and center of this interaction between these two types of people. And I love that. This is so well written.
Yeah, I feel this pretty much the same way about being a game show judge. Like when a contestant gives an answer, some of them really make you think, like, should this be acceptable even though that's not what was written down? Like that complexity in the English language fascinates me the same way.
Although serious shade is being thrown back and forth.
Uh-huh.
Oh boy, we've got a bit of a glockenspiel going on.
Oh boy.
No, that's not a
Oh,
glockenspiel,
boy.
actually. What is that?
Hmm? What's what?
Feels like something metal twanging. What is it? It's got such a distinct sound, like the boing boing.
To be perfectly honest, I don't know.
Wit would know.
Maybe. But Wit's off getting ice cream. Oh, shit.
Damn!
Shit. Oh boy. Shit. I believe this right here may be Crux decision time.
Yep, I'm absolutely waiting for our resident expert to get back. But IRL, I would say that brevity is the soul of wit, but no one likes someone with a sparse vocabulary. You need to be able to convey as much as possible with as little as possible. Mystery is not bad, and neither is readability.
Hmm.
The tricky part is being able to split.
Every strength a weakness, every weakness a silver lining.
I just thought about something from a technical standpoint.
Yeah.
Is anybody here utilizing push to talk?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, cool. Is anybody using auto mute when nobody's talking?
I don't know what that means.
Meaning, like, your mic will detect if you're talking or some loud noise is being put into it, and then unmute only at that moment.
Oh,
Because I'm thinking, what if it's that on top of potentially shitty Wi-Fi?
it
but if
could be
nobody has-
sensitivity, but that would affect... Well, that would mean that whoever needs to change their sensitivity needs to change their sensitivity. But the fact that it comes through pretty clearly most of the time, and then it will crap out entire words some of the time, tells me it's
That's
not a
probably-
sensitivity problem, but a
Okay.
bandwidth problem. Anyway,
Yeah.
help us,
But
Kuro-wan
anyway-
Kenobi, Obi-Wan Kuro-Nobi.
Kurowit Kenobi.
What is the situation?
Who are we dating? I feel like this is the decision point. Who are we dating?
Alligator Fingers and Pomegranate are fighting, and they're about to throw down, and I need to pick sides. And the choice is Alligator Finger, Pomegranate, or help me, Sayori! Help me, buttered croissant!
Buttered croissant goes.
All I heard was buttered croissant goes.
Goes first.
Goes first.
The correct order.
In the correct order. Help!
Got this? Did I get disconnected?
Yep, you got disconnected. You're no longer with us. We can't hear you even a little bit.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I think you're.
Uh,
The correct answer is Sayori.
We did pick Sayori.
That's weirdly manipulative. Think it's okay?
Well, this is proving that we made a better choice than the other two.
yeah.
Aye, all right.
Huh.
Indeed. Interesting, isn't it? Hello. Is it me, or is this plot not really about the poems at all?
They're useful windows into the character.
Indeed.
It's good news that it's not a. Be upset.
Mm-hmm. Does it really need to stop there?
All right.
Pout.
So we want to butter up our croissant.
Oh, do
So you said pout.
I said pout.
Yeah, I was
But
gonna say. I
other-
was gonna say either pout or hurt.
I mean, feel free to ignore me. I'm not doing anything for anybody in particular.
Pout was alligator fingers.
Wait, I thought we wanted croissant.
We do.
Why does Alpha be so far ahead? This is no fair.
So did I. I'm staring at the stream here.
If you quit out and rejoin the stream, you'll probably skip ahead to much closer in time.
Refreshing now.
No, not you. You're already ahead. You're not allowed.
If you refresh, you'll catch up just as well. Oh, I gotta say game.
I think games might be alligator fingers as well.
Wait, what are you saying, Whit?
No, I'm at least on the right page.
All right. So what is your suggestion?
Sayori likes emotion.
Yes.
Oh, Kuro's come to look.
Maybe Rain Cloud then?
Possibly Rain Cloud. I could also see that being Pomegranate. Infinite seems like Pomegranate. Party seems like it might be Croissant, but I could also see an argument for it being Alligator Fingers.
There's deep, shallow, and emotional. That's what I'm looking at here.
Kuro's vote is Dazzle.
Dazzle? Dazzle was correct. Graveyard's definitely Pomegranate. Lollipop, I would say, is almost certainly...
If we want emotion, we probably want
Finger.
excitement. Although I personally would say Nibble.
Food tend to be that too, no?
I think food will probably
Alligator finger. Oh, you're
Skip me.
killing it.
Skipping? I'm pretty sure that's going to be another one for Alligator Fingers.
Bouncy.
Determination, maybe? Nah, I was wrong. Oh no!
A bunch correct in a row, so you're doing okay.
you just have to get the most girl you want, more of it forever.
Boop.
Boop is good.
It's gotta
Think-
be Sunny.
Thinking about depression? Sunny?
She wrote a poem about the sun.
You're right. Good call. Very good call.
Leisure.
No.
Pleasure.
Bed.
Oh yeah, that, yeah. She wrote about waking up.
Mm-hmm. Blanket?
I almost said Papa.
Though I know you're all a big fan of the climax.
Climax, yes.
Oh, man. One of my favorite songs is Climax by Usher. That is a good-ass song.
Well, then go with Climax.
No, it's... I mean, I don't know who here... Who wants a climax? The answer
I
was
do.
Yuri. Peace, perhaps?
Ambient.
Ambient?
No.
Ambient seems like it's gonna be Yuri.
No. Sparkle.
Oh, okay.
Listen to Kuro, she's the expert.
In the going in the Dazzle Sparkle, I'm gonna go with Shiny.
Yeah.
We failed in that particular one.
Bunny.
No.
Sadness?
Silly.
try.
Yeah.
Lust, I'm gonna assume, is for Yuri the pomegranate.
Yeah, it seems like everything I'm saying would go directly toward Yuri.
Well, now
Building
we
on
just
our-
know who the alpha waifu is.
Building on our earlier conversation, we could say Cage.
No. That would be Natsuki.
Really? I didn't know she was so inclined.
He's not. That's the problem.
Ah.
Don't spoil. You haven't unlocked your tragic yet.
Try cheer.
One step ahead of you.
uh,
Yeah, fun.
Several steps ahead of you, actually. Like 3 or 4.
Fun.
Email? Who would be interested in email? Interesting. I think that we got more for our chosen than for the other two. Though I would like to see it broken down. Perhaps we should start keeping record.
I wish they'd show us the poem itself.
Yeah, me too. I'm a sucker for Mad Libs. I love machine-generated content. So I adore any motivational posters that are made using Markov chains. I think they are muy bien. Just the best.
To that end, have you seen Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door run through Google Translate?
I have not. I assume it.
It's pretty.
Oh my god.
There are a couple of real serendipitous moments.
Uh-huh. There were many moments I was laughing my ass off watching coverage on that. Why does he want to look into her purse?
I think that he has picked up on the fact that she is being manipulative.
But
Oh, here we go again. We reverted. We's being mean again. Oh. Yikes. Accept the revolution. Such a wordsmith.
Sarah took all that very well.
Yeah, she did. The
It was
player,
hilarious when Sayori was being manipulative about.
The player character is still treating her like shit, but she took it well. Uh, eh, oh. Oh, is she off getting some? Oh,
So here we see her being pressured into doing more stuff.
Yeah, I can't tell if she actually was playing the piano and she just like started recently to be impressive, or she made up the excuse and you said that you would be into it. She's like, okay, yes, I will learn the piano now.
I've definitely done that before.
the festival.
The king is throwing a festival.
Are they taking the hobbits to Isengard?
We're taking the homos to laser tag.
We're taking the homeboys to laser tag. To laser tag.
The homeboys, the homeboys, the homeboys, the homeboys.
Ah.
Oh, you have a job. Oh. Pajama shirt probably. Okay, I got him. Big lad.
What? 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 No, see, the only way I perform poetry is if I'm using my Duke voice. Oh.
Yikes.
Alright, there was no need to say, like, oh, that's just.
Oh. Doesn't appear to be any blood. I'd say she got ahead of herself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or was it she gave the shelf some head? I don't know. By the way, that's making me thirsty.
The drink or the picture?
It's for your forehead, idiot.
Alright, that's pretty flaky.
Aw, she's standing up to us.
If I wasn't rushing you out of the closet, you probably wouldn't have hit your head.
Oh, wait, no. She's not standing up to us. She's blaming herself.
Yep.
And despite the fact that the player character is a complete ass, he's got her well snowed.
She snowed herself. He did literally nothing.
Ah. Oh. Oh. Forever?
You think it'll be worth it?
Dude. Dude, you had... Oh, no.
Everyone's gonna think that we're abusing her.
We're not.
No, they're not. Now they're gonna.
So much for not telling her. I failed to come up for Sayori.
Who should we show our poem to first, if it matters?
It does not. So, what do you want? What do you like?
Well, I'm gonna do Sayori first. Because I really want a croissant. I've been thinking a lot about the texture of a croissant being light and buttery and flaky, and how best to incorporate a hamburger with a croissant. And I think that it's very easy to make a hamburger that's like too thick and not like hockey puck-ish, like not like you're burning it, but like, you know, it's just there's like a real bite to it that you don't get with a croissant, and the lightness and flakiness of the croissant is going to be lost in the bite of the hamburger. So I'm trying to think of ways to make hamburger like lighter and still stick together without being as like thick.
I don't know if you. It might just have to be like Sloppy Joe.
Yeah, that's my that is
I
my
like
thought.
my good sloppy Joe.
Well, once you've eaten all of your first sloppy Joe, you can get your sloppy seconds.
Yeah.
Mmm.
I bet you could do the same thing you do with tacos. Just have a bun on the plate beneath the first Sloppy Joe you eat. Sloppy Joe as you eat it.
What a revelation.
I'll always be grateful for you teaching me that, no matter what happens between us. I just ate the fork. At least I used a fork. Fork?
Wait, are we talking about the use of forks for sloppy Joes?
No, this is getting away. We're going back to tacos. Kind of getting away from.
Damn, now I'm hungry too.
Wah 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 wah.
She is correct. Wawa is the best place.
Good.
Wawa's where I get my milk. I can't complain.
Good thought. Though. Your life is.
I feel you more than I feel myself. Bullshit. Bullshit. Is it me or is she smitten?
Yeah, she's got it pretty bad for us.
What a start!
Bottles! I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret
Oh,
place where I
God.
keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly. But there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe. And I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in bottles, all in a row.
Oh boy.
My collection makes me lots of friends, each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done. I open up, and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle, but every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something, but all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. Wow, this is complex.
That is an out of context circus.
Yeah, there are a couple isolated lines that are frankly sexual.
Fingers creeping through the cave.
Etc., etc., yeah. This poem is, like, pretty tragic.
It is. Because she is giving unto herself to other people, but she messes it up at the end, and no one is happy. She is hollow, and everyone else is still left lacking.
Why would she bring a bottle down on a friend who's in need?
Oh, you're picturing, like, a bar fight?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
Fantastic.
And I think I may need an iron lung by the time this series is over. The only thing that would make this complete would be snakes in a briefcase. Fluffy. That's a word.
Interdependent
Oh.
relationships are
Ouch.
unhealthy.
Ow. That dead
Good night.
that dead weight thing was a nasty comment.
Amy likes spiders. It sounds like Amy and I would get along. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not
And
friends
that's
with
when the
her.
fight started.
Oh, she's secretly a lesbian. Okay, cool. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not
And
friends
that's
with
when the
her.
fight started.
Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not
And then the
friends with
fight
her.
started.
It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell
Fuck
everyone.
spiders.
This is 100% about lesbians. Spiders are the lesbians, and Amy is open about her same sex, her like of the same sex.
I would really love to know how you came to this conclusion.
No, I see it too.
Have you never?
Have I never what?
Yeah, you weren't friends with enough lesbians in school.
No, I guess I wasn't.
Speaking to someone who has
I mean,
Experience.
listen, I wasn't friends with anybody in high school, so that doesn't say much.
Well, at least you should have had a lesbian. Come on, man.
Knowing the lesbians I know now, I really wish I did.
Yeah, you missed out, man.
Yep.
Unfortunately, while I was in high school, I was in high school at a time where you were not allowed to be openly lesbian. And I knew that some people were lesbian, but only because of horrible, horrible rumors about them. And I never felt like I knew how to interact with them as human beings. So it wasn't until much later on in life when I realized that you don't need a special way of dealing with gay people. Man, saying that out loud was not flattering, but I stand by it because I think it was the truth.
You went to Northern Highlands when it was the wild fucking. I remember being afraid to go to high school because of the things I heard from like older people about the high school, and by the time I got there, all of it was pretty much better.
Yup.
By the time I got there, there were no bathrooms you couldn't go into. You know what I mean?
Oh man, yeah, I forgot about that. There were people who like there were bathrooms that we just wouldn't go to because like people would get jumped if they went into those bathrooms. That was like where people would go to settle drug debts.
Yeah.
I think honestly the problem was that there was a lot of parental alcohol provisioning really early on. The very first party that people went to when I was a freshman was a massive kegger because the parents brought weed and alcohol for the kids. And that kind of set the bar for the next 4 fucking years.
Yeah.
Man, I have some classmates who, like, I grew up with since, like, first grade, and they turned into, like, massive potheads or heroin junkies, and it's been a decade. Like, I really wonder where they are now, like, what their lives are like. One of them got arrested for prostitution, and then when she was out on bail, she stole a car. And I'd known her since I was in first grade.
Yeah, it was like a different world. I mean, it still had its problems. We had our fair share of
You had a GSA.
It's true. It folded a couple years after we left.
No! I guess it might have outlived its usefulness. Like a booster rocket falling back to Earth after putting the gay satellites in orbit.
GSA. Watched it happen.
Yeah, Crow was saying that the high school she went to after their GSA folded, they a couple years later tried to rules that trans kids couldn't.
Oh, you are cutting in and out terribly for me. Alpha, can you hear her?
Same.
Okay.
Bad internet. Continue.
Yep.
No, I'm endlessly interested. So after the GSA folded, something about trans kids couldn't use the bathroom anymore.
They tried to make codified rules preventing trans kids from using their bathroom of choice. So at least at the high school that Kuro went to, their GSA folded long before its work was done.
I see. Well, that sucks.
I will agree with you. This poem certainly speaks like that. Of the pining lesbian. I don't know if that's true though. Not from what I had heard about the character. It's a brilliant allegory.
Well, either
I'm
way.
not qualified to speak, so I won't.
That's very wise and mature, and I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. You know, the way Natsuki is talking, sounds like that's exactly it.
Actually, I think it might be about anime. I think it might be about anime.
It could be anything. She said it herself. It's like, yes, that may be where she wrote it from, but she also recognized it. The ease with which it could mean other things.
I don't know. That could be a beard. Alright, let us go to HP. I was trying to think of something breast related, but I ran out of time.
I'm sorry, what? Breast?
Huge pomegranate.
Oh,
There is a podcast that I love endlessly where the three hosts read the one host's father's public erotica novels and used pomegranates as a metaphor for breast.
Am I wrong in thinking that pomegranates are kind of hard?
Yeah, they are.
Okay. Am I wrong? It's with COVID, it's been a while. Am I wrong in thinking that breasts are not hard?
If everything is going according to plan, yes.
Okay.
But it's like her breasts fell from her bra like ripe pomegranates. So when Kuro heard that we were calling Yuri pomegranate, she asked if it was a reference to that podcast.
I have never heard it, so no.
I enjoy what I'm hearing.
The podcast is called My Dad Wrote a Porno.
Oh my god.
They've had like 8 million listeners worldwide in their like second year, and they're on year 5.
Damn.
Yeah, Daniel Radcliffe, Lin-Manuel Miranda, Elijah Wood, Daisy Ridley have all appeared on the podcast. Oh, Dame Emma Thompson have all appeared on the podcast because they are familiar with it and love it.
Hmm.
It's fucking great.
I still think that Daniel Radcliffe and Elijah Wood are the same person.
I do not, and that's only because I've heard so many interviews with Daniel Radcliffe. Yeah, Dan Radcliffe's great.
Did you know that Daniel Radcliffe showed us all a different kind of wand on Broadway?
It's
His
great.
penis. And Equus?
Equus, but yes.
Equus.
Love. I was fucking.
Did you imagine that expecto patronum?
I don't think he ejaculated at any point
No, I
while
don't
thinking
think
about
so.
his parents. But I don't
Well,
know, I
no,
never actually
but-
saw it.
My favorite Daniel Radcliffe fact is that every night after that show, he would put on the same pair of jeans and blazer so that any paparazzi photograph that was taken of him would be useless because it was the same outfit every single night. Like, he didn't really prove anything date-wise.
That's smart.
Yeah. He's chaotic.
The raccoon! Actually, no. We need to read this in the traditional manner.
Which one? Backwards?
Yep.
Okay, the screen is caught up. How's my voice quality? Is it cutting?
Speak loudly, slowly, clearly, and it should be fine.
Okay. Again, myself feel and I and. Read the slice eye. Conditioning Pavlovian classic. Blood of rush, excitement. It's me shows raccoon knife cutting my brand time every. Candy always is bread, my so. Frequently, more and more hungry becomes raccoon the other each to use quite gotten wheat. That say could you me following to take in has raccoon. Animal satisfied newly, the onto emotions my projecting. Merely I'm perhaps the whore. Excited becomes raccoon the soft and fresh bread the slice eye. Friend raccoon my of eyes the in glisten that light same very the knife cutting my of off light more much that reflects and fades its increments moon the and urge and raccoon the curiosity hungry my bread the symptom the was knife cutting my of beauty enticing the more for back come always will fed is that raccoon of that aware well consequences the of aware well subconscious my bread of a raccoon what gave I human. I can't read that.
I think it is
Can't read that
unordinary.
word.
Unordinary.
That's not a word.
Anything's a
Human
word.
Unordinary as tendencies. My noticed I time first believe I was that window. My outside raccoon of a scuttering the by caught was. Attention, my snack guilty. A for bread slicing. Was I while oh god, a notification popped up. While night of dead, the inn happened it. Raccoon the.
Hey!
The scrolling was very cool. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I try to be a good poetry friend. Alright, and now I'm going to read that forward. Now that the curse has been broken.
You should.
Oh my god.
The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom, the bread my hungry curiosity, the raccoon an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off my cutting knife, the very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Each time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again.
Yeah, I kind of like backwards better.
My question is, does she kill the raccoon?
I mean, everybody needs to eat, so.
I don't think it's the I've killed it to eat. I think she's been the raccoon this whole time.
So she's eating herself?
Well, I think she identifies with the raccoon.
Who identifies with their
Do
dinner?
you think that she is cutting herself?
The raccoon is an urge.
Do I need to bring her to the nurse and ask her with a second witness for her to disrobe so we can do a body check?
Ooh. I mean, sorry.
No,
Oh.
body checks are the least sexy thing.
Yeah.
I know. I'm being never mind.
Yeah, you're not allowed to be attracted to these girls. They're in high school.
No, you are allowed to be attracted to people as long as you don't make the move on them. As someone who had to professionally measure attraction, I can tell you that it is normal and usual to be attracted to sexually mature people of your preferred gender.
I'm not really attracted to any of them. I'm putting on a fucking
For whom?
For
For
whom? Yeah,
posterity.
what are our metrics? What's the numbers that we're pulling in here?
For posterity, the same fucking reason I do anything.
It's just that Mario guy.
He's back!
Is
It's
he
a
here?
him, a Mario!
He ain't here.
I'm talking metaphorically. It's like the
Oh,
only viewers.
you disappointed me. So literally no one is watching it but us?
Pretty much.
Do you have this linked to YouTube? Will this go on YouTube if you export it?
I don't know what you're talking about, so the answer is probably no.
Right. So unless Mario comes and watches this in the next 3 weeks, this will disappear.
Oh no, I didn't realize they disappeared after 3 weeks.
It might be longer than that.
2.
But they do disappear.
Interesting. I'm gonna have to start exporting these
I don't know, you
then.
might be able to get Zach to watch it.
I'd
Yeah.
love to hear some of his takes on this.
I am afraid to to think about his opinion of our lowbrow humor. But at least I'm in good company. We're all dragging each other down with us in his eyes, so no one here is especially at fault. Sorry?
He liked Black Closet, although I think that's because there was like more to like than this.
I mean, look. Black Closet was a special case.
Gotta stop hitting that button.
Also, I'd like to take a shot at backwards reading. If there's anyone left to present poems to today.
You could read Monica's backwards if you...
Okay.
So what does the main character think it's about, and what does Yuri say it's about? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Guys?
Well, that's not so bad.
Do you think they're in lesbians with each other?
No, I think you may have nailed it on the head. She might be the raccoon. Think about it. It's a dark twist, but a hobby she has to keep to herself.
Oh, do you think literally that she's a raccoon?
God help us all. We really need to find Jesus. We really need to find Jesus. He's been lost behind the couch for too long.
Oh man.
Do you really? Is that what you're saying? I need you to like come down hard on one way or the other. I can't live with this uncertainty.
No.
Okay, what did you mean?
I'm saying she cuts herself.
Okay.
She cuts the raccoon. The raccoon is herself. She has to hide the hobby of cutting herself, which is why this girl needs to go to the nurse and do a body check.
Dear God.
I was afraid.
You really asked that question, didn't
I
you?
was so afraid that when you said, no, she's cutting herself, I responded with, good. I'd like to walk that back. That's not, I didn't mean that on face value out of context.
I'm still getting over the fact that you asked me if she's a fucking raccoon.
I wasn't, I mean, we did play the goddamn Colonel Sanders game.
That broke me where I sat, and it was brilliant, and it was great.
I'm glad, but I'm a little ashamed that I floated it as an option of what you thought.
It was worth it. Big time. Okay. I think I've composed myself well enough to attempt this read.
Your time has come, Alpha.
Waiting on it to catch up.
Does it go all the way down? That's a long scroll bar.
And there's nothing further down?
I mean, I think it's... Aha!
Oh. Okay. Mdeol.
Oh, you're reading backward.
If I can.
Good luck.
Thank you. Selgnineam fo milp Selgnena Surk Azip Ano Livnev Gni Yalp Ikil Elbat Nrut Ano Draub Klaik Gni Yalp Ikil Tenegnat Enisok, Enis, Gnigrayep, Gnichix, Gnikeux, Smorfy Gnitarg, Gnegliv, Pots Tnau T, Sion 8, Sion, Selgni Naim Fo, Nihokpak, Seldna, Irub, Nirgder, Nirkreep, Gnidenapis, Nihes, Srodok, Tibiorib, Tirib, Pots Tnau Yit, Srodok It, Emivas.
Not bad, dude.
Yeah, distressingly not bad.
God, that was tough.
Yeah.
Only summon
What was that?
Kuro said you only summoned 3 demons while doing it.
That's it? Damn, I was hoping to overrun.
Save me! The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue, an endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms, squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me.
I think next time for me it would come out better if I read it backwards the wit way.
It will certainly fry your brain a little less.
Yeah, yeah. One tribal chant is enough for one series.
What? What do we think this poem means? What does the load me and save me mean, do you think?
This one's pretty simple actually.
Yeah?
Yep. Math is power.
I think it's RGB is how computers display things. You have pixels with red, green, and blue lights, and then you power them on or off to degrees to combine to get the other colors.
Yes, but do you know how math is involved there? See, here's the thing. Each value of RGP runs a spectrum from 0 to 255. 0
Right.
representing black, 255 representing pure intensity of that color.
Or yes, okay.
So, yeah. So the math involved here is the fact that you can get 16,777,216 possible colors using only those 3 spectra in a cube. And as for how the math idea came to begin with, I mean, sine, cosine, tangent. You've got trigonometry. Take it or leave it.
I'm looking. So I'm also trying. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. What?
She was referring to the waveforms of the sound.
Which is also mathematical in nature.
I want to
By the
know
way,
if this indentation means anything to anyone else.
Not really?
2 other things I need to say here. First, if anybody's curious how I got that number, it's simply 256 cubed. Nothing too complicated for it. And second, pizza!
My first thought when I read Load Me before reading the rest of the poem was, is she talking about a firearm?
She could also be talking about sex.
No, she isn't.
I mean,
Never before has anyone ever said load me.
In reference to sex, it's true. You're gonna have to take our word on this one, Alpha. It's just not done. There are a lot of ways to encourage your partner to orgasm, and that is not one of them.
My dick is
I,
corn. Give me the butter, baby. Give me the butter.
I will, will take more experienced explanation for that.
Listen,
Why?
if we ever come across it, unironically, we'll let you know.
Yeah, somehow I doubt nobody's even going to remember.
So I have to abstain from giving my thoughts about this because I know what it.
I'm also trying to do things like I'm actually reading each line by line backwards to see if like going from loading to saving makes more sense.
I've watched enough fan-made DDLC stuff that I think I also know what that refers to.
The only thing I'm getting is this seems like
For the most, I think Alpha knows the middle. I think.
Yeah, I
sorry.
only know what I know off of what I watch on YouTube. I've never seen the main plot. I've seen pretty much everything else.
Pretty much everything.
If I had to reach, if I had to Hail Mary, I would say that like her nudes have been circulated and she is
Had you
grappling
been-
with that.
I'm just trying to figure out how you get load me out of that.
Load the picture.
Oh,
It
or
maybe
maybe,
supposed to download, but I can see that interpretation. It's
or maybe I'm just falling asleep and missing simple shit now.
Hail Marys are not known for their overall accuracy and dependability.
It's true.
What else have you been doing to Mary?
We here at Alphabet Thursdays would just like to say that we are terminating our relationship with Silver Recluse for his hailing of Mary. We think that it is unconscionable in these days, these difficult days, to support people who don't stand with the Black Lives Matter movement. So we are here to say that we are reevaluating our portfolio moving forward, and we stand with inclusiveness.
What does this have to do with Hail Mary?
I don't get where you're going with this. You're
Hail
essentially
Mary?
Yeah.
No? I thought Alpha said Hail Mary.
I didn't know. I would.
Okay.
That's
I
a
just
line I would
misheard.
never- that is the line I would never go down, sir.
Okay. Alright, I believe you. That would be internally consistent. But I thought you were laying up something to call me a Nazi, and so
It sounded like you were. It sounded more like you were firing yourself for no reason, actually.
Okay. Well, I thought you were insinuating that I was a Nazi, and so I was trying to yes and that.
No, that's one thing I would never do.
Aww.
He'll do a lot.
Oh, there are people that know the places that I will go, and at certain social gatherings have gone.
It's true.
Don't put me in a Jackbox game with the wrong set of people. It will come out.
Alpha inspires the worst.
Mm-hmm. And that's also where I became a specialist in diss tracks. Or if you grew up in the Sierra days, save early, save often.
Hey,
Hmm?
does that line not interest you?
Which line?
Don't forget to save your.
I mean,
What am I even talking about?
is there a reason it should?
Because they've never broken the fourth wall before?
Well, I feel like there's a way to shatter it.
It is also 10:27.
Yep, I'm aware. I am gonna close it out once we get back home for the night. Unless things go really tits up real fast.
Wait. Whose?
Sending spread.
The metaphorical tits go up. It's like it doesn't matter whose feces hit the fan.
I mean, that's true. I don't really care whose tits it is as long as it's tits, but I'm still curious, that's all.
Suppose I can't fault you for that.
Everyone here likes tits.
Uh-huh. Tits are fine. I'm not unaware of what you're doing there.
Who, what?
Do you notice something on the stream there, Wit?
No.
I also don't notice that.
The cursor and the positioning you had just a moment ago? Quite
Oh.
deliberately over Monica's left tit?
I hadn't noticed. I hadn't noticed, but now it can become a tradition to titty tap, to breast click. If that adds to your enjoyment of the stream.
It has to be like whoever notices you doing it first, like, gets the point for that stream.
That is actually a wonderful, wonderful idea. And I'll even go as far as to say, if anybody out there is watching, if one of us notices that Recluse is doing some kind of titty play, you have to take a drink.
Yeah, if we ever became popular, I enjoy the idea of making people take a drink, regardless of whether or not it's alcohol. But I think it's funny.
In these 90+ degree days, it is important to stay hydrated. And I have in the past played drinking games with young Girl Scouts at Girl Scout camp to make sure that they stayed properly hydrated.
Do you know how that sounds?
And I understand the motivation.
Now, if these poems were not as reasonably eloquent as they are, I would say go full-blown Eye of Argon rules, where we drink if we fuck up.
Eye of Argon?
Do you not know?
No.
You know that doesn't sound familiar.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to explain a few things.
Alright, well hurry up, because we're running out of time.
Okay, so there's this very horribly written fiction mini story from the 1970s called The Eye of Argon. And it is known for being A, a horrendous plot, B, horrifically written grammatically, and C, just all kinds of worded horribly and wrong. And a drinking game was made out of it where you've got a circle of people, 2 copies of the one person has to read it out loud, verbatim, as written, no alterations, no stuttering, no laughing, no nothing. Another player with this book is acting as the judge and calls out whenever one of these things happens. You do any of the above, you take a drink. Last player still even remotely functional wins. Or anybody who's still somewhat functional by the end of the story wins.
My dad wrote a porno also has a dream.
When you, I'll send a PDF or something, and when you guys see this, you'll understand. And I want to do something like this at the one social gathering that we're aware of.
Someone has something scheduled?
No, but when something do this.
I would actually like to substitute. So, you know how I said this dad wrote a porno guy self-published the books? They're all
Mhm.
available on Amazon, and every year for my birthday, Brissa buys me the next one.
Mhm.
Substitute first book of My Dad Wrote a Porno for the short story The Eye of Argon. Because it has become one of my favorite party activities to bring the book and read it aloud.
Which one,
Oh
Argon?
boy.
No, this self-published piece of
Oh.
bad erotic.
Oh, the porno. Okay.
It's like Argon because it's very badly written, especially if you read the punctuation. Because he really likes semicolons and has genuinely no idea where to put them.
Uh-huh.
As in, use like next to one another.
Uh-huh.
So I think you'll find it nearly as satisfying as Eye of Argon, plus explicit, really anatomically impossible.
Uh-huh.
I really think it's right up your alley.
Fucking uh-huh.
Yeah. So I'll bring it the next time we have a tea party.
I
There was a
touched her
discussion-
and she quivered. She lost control and peed right out of her vagina.
He's gonna have to get tight.
Also, there was a discussion on the one Discord server about one of the people there that's a teacher had to spend some time going through some old poems and censoring out the words ass and cock. So I looked up some of these poems and folk tales and such, and I think that material would be wonderful for the same purpose in this day and age. See, back then you could say an ass and have it mean a donkey. You could say a cock and have it be a rooster. Nowadays, it's fucking drinking game material.
Yeah.
We should rewrite the golden
On
ass.
Inappropriate poems. There's Canterbury Tale.
Yep. Which is such a weird poem. It's basically like a stoner comedy about a bunch of people who are trying to figure out why God saw fit to kill like half of everyone.
Somehow has a line about literally grabbing a woman by the pussy.
A stoner comedy described like this.
No, that's really what it is. It like
No,
it,
I know that, but still, good.
there's like more than one scene where somebody tricks someone into like putting their face into their butt and then farting directly into their face.
It's true.
Yeah.
Alright, see if you can get us to the end of the day. 'cause
Indeed.
Chris wants to go to bed, and
I
I'm in
did-
the same room with bed.
I did want to point out that this is twice now on this day that someone has said that like brought up their own death. Croissant has mentioned that she would write until she dies, which can be ominous because we feel like she only is interested in things for a week and then drops them. So if both of those things were literally true, then she will die within the next week. And
Final destination, calm down.
Oh.
And Pomegranate has just said that this club is going to be the death of her. So I am picking up the shadow as the specter of death looms over the sun.
Alright, let's get there. I think sleep is beckoning.
Yeah, the more you click, the faster they'll die. Let's see it.
Oh my god.
Oh, I'm gonna stop it here, because
Yeah,
there's
I think
more.
They're gonna do another thing.
Yeah, there's more poems at hand. But with that, this has been a heck of an Alpha Wit Thursday, Silver Edition.
Cool literal Bible.
Yeah, we went to some places. It was an adventure, and really, it's about the journey and not the destination. So does it matter that we didn't actually get anywhere in this game? I say no.
Maybe next time I'll read Judges 19 and King James.
Ooh, Judges. What a classic.
Judges is dangerous in the right translation.
Judges is the one where they said, "Listen, guys, we fucked up pretty bad. Let's never do that again, okay?"
I mean, there's a couple good places, but yes.
Or is this talking about? Or okay, I assume that like when they talk about like how bad the country got before order
I'll
was
preview-
restored, that you
I'll
could get some
preview-
quality debauchery in there.
I'll preview you with one verse, 19:2. And his concubine played the whore against him and went away from him unto her father's house to Bethlehem, Judah, and there were 4 whole months.
I'm unclear what happened with the concubine and the prostitute.
Well, that's gonna have to wait until next week.
All right. Well, to find out what happened to the prostitute and the concubine, tune in next time to Alpha Wit Thursdays, Silver Edition.
Oi.
As always, this has been.
Whore of Babylon.
Pardon?
I can and will peg the whore of Babylon.
As long as you can afford her rate. Because remember, folks, it's rude to ask your sex worker friends for a freebie.
And remember, this one cost you way more than a choice, I'm sure of it.
Good night, one and all.
Good night.